Hey guys, Krisha here. Please be cautious of any fake comments and emails you may receive from people pretending to be Mango Research. Sean and I will never, ever contact you for investment opportunities or anything of that sort. To get in touch with the real Mango team, make sure to join our official Discord chat using the link in the description below. Stay safe out there, and remember, do it Mango. And hello everybody, welcome to the Mango Grove. My name is Krisha, and this is today's Cardano analysis video. I should really be welcoming myself back to the Mango Grove. As some of you know, Sean and I did take a little mini vacation for my birthday. By the way, for those of you who got into the comments section and wished me for my birthday, a very, very big thank you to all you guys. It's like every year my birthday just keeps getting better because of this Mango family. So a big thank you to everyone who came out in the comments section and wished me there. And for those of you, by the way, who are not in the Mango family, and I'm talking about the Mango Discord chat, make sure to join in. There's a lot of like really, really cool people in there, a lot of amazing conversations, no calls, okay, no calls, but I'm noticing that everyone's out there willing to learn and support each other. So definitely get on to, well, the Mango Discord chat, okay? You'll find the link in the description below. Now, I am extremely energized from this recent trip, so I'm going to try and put out as many videos as I can today, okay? We are going to start off with Cardano. Now, yesterday in the chat and on social media, I was noticing a lot of there was a lot of noise on Cardano, predominantly from people that are, you know, kind of scared of their positions, and they're like, oh, how low is this going to go? And blah, 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 blah. I'll be honest with you. If you look at this chart now, Cardano USDT, I think today's a Wednesday or what is it today? It's a Tuesday. Never mind. Today's a Tuesday, okay? And, well, we opened a new weekly candle yesterday. Right, and just by looking at this picture right now, I am currently Cardano USDT on that weekly time frame. If I look at this picture, you know, and I'm about to really sort of assess this bullish or bearish, this is still bullish. Okay, it's still bullish. So we have not lost that macro uptrend yet. Okay, I think this is bullish, and I really, really like the way Cardano, what I personally was looking at. Now, as those of you know, I had based my entire position, not my entire position, but my massive invalidation point that I was looking at to get out of my Cardano position came in at $1.15. Okay, so I did get out as soon as we broke that. However, as you notice, Cardano on the weekly time frame, okay, we're sitting above support. Now, this support at $1.01, this is weekly support. All right, so as things stand, as far as Cardano's price action relative to its zone of support and resistance, it is still very much within that zone. So we could see this oscillate, okay, for as long as we hold $1.01 as its support. All right, so the two major levels right now for Cardano USDT comes in, well, the major resistance comes in at $1.31, going all the way down to $1.01. And this is something that we had spoken about, not just on Cardano, but on many of the other altcoins, right? It's the volatility, okay? As soon as you see that massive volatility to the upside, expect to see volatility to the downside as well. Now, this range alone that we're looking at, from this point of resistance to this current point of support, that's a good 22% range. Okay, so yes, we're going to see the volatility, and hey, it's going to be healthy. Okay, this is all healthy pullbacks on the chart. Alrighty, now I will only be expecting further downside for Cardano USDT as soon as we start breaking this $1.01 region to the downside. So I will be looking for candle body closes. All right. Now, of course, you can employ some level of multi-time frame analysis to see if, hey, could you get a potential, you know, tip off on whether or not this could break? Yes. Yes. Okay. Yes, you can use multi-time frame analysis to really kind of gauge whether or not this may want to break down a little further. Okay. But we'll go over that analysis in a bit. The first picture over here on the weekly time frame, I'm noticing that the Mango dynamic is still green. All right, the op line is it's coming up to price as opposed to the other way around. So that's keeping me bullish right now in this region. Okay, and so far the Mango dynamic has done extremely well in catching the entirety of many of the altcoin moves. As some of you know, I've been playing it extremely aggressively. Okay, so the Mango dynamic is still green, telling us that, hey, this is still bullish. It's only when it starts turning purple that I'm like, okay, you know what? Cardano may want to start getting into some level of consolidation. But for now, it is looking good. Okay, so let's also get on over to the Mango dashboard because I want to see what the dashboard is telling us on some of the lower time frames. Okay, I'm currently on the 12-hour time frame. I'm going to go ahead and filter out Cardano from the list. All right, so as you can see on the 12-hour time frame, guys, Cardano USDT is short. Now, this short trend change came in 2 days ago. Anyways, if you took a trade on this, you are currently up 8%. Okay. Cardano BTC also gave us a short trend change. This came in 9 days ago. Alrighty, and if you took a trade on this, you are currently up 21.66%. So that was a really, really nice move for anyone who caught that. So now let's get on over to the charts because I want to really get on over to those lower time frames to see what Cardano could do leading up to the next weekly close. Alrighty, so what's to note here, weekly on the dynamic is looking solid, it is green, it is bullish. Let's also go ahead and put on our Ichimoku cloud and see what the cloud is telling us. And the cloud too, guys, it's still intact. We have a green cloud. Okay, this entire setup is bullish. I'm also going to go ahead and put on my 10 SMA. Alright, so you have the Tenkin over the Kijun maintaining a bullish posture there. Okay, as well as the 10 SMA over that 21 EMA crossover is also bearish still. And notice how we have not lost any of those major levels yet. We're living above, price lives above all those regions of support. Okay, the cloud regions as well as our EMAs that we look at here at Mango. Alrighty, so now let's also get on over to the daily time frame. Apologies. Because I want to see what we're doing leading up to, well, the next couple of days as well as that next weekly, right? And as you can see, so this is an interesting picture, okay? So we are being held on support, and I want you to notice how this region of support at $1.01, while it is a weekly region, I've extrapolated that region of support from the weekly price action, it still also applies on the daily. Okay, notice on this region right here, as soon as we broke, we had a move, we got up to the midpoint of the range, rejection, 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 came down. As soon as we lost it here, we got all the way down to the next point of support at 78 cents. So price actually does really, really well off of its regions of support and resistance. And if you can get that pat down, there are some easy trades that could be had on Cardano to the upside as well as the downside, even in regions of consolidation. All right, and that's why seedlings, you know, that one module on support and resistance, I always tell everyone to practice. Okay, you go through a lesson, get on over to the charts and practice, because it is going to give you some really, really easy plays. Just basic support and resistance, and then you can build on that with the other modules throughout the rest of the course. Okay, but so far I think Cardano does extremely well off of SNR. Okay, so as the current picture on this, on the daily time frame, price relative to the Ichimoku cloud, as you can see, price currently lives underneath the Tenkin, the 10 SMA, as well as that 21 EMA. As soon as we start seeing candle body closes underneath $1.01, I will be looking for continuation to the Kijun right here, okay, at 87 cents. And if I'm not wrong, that should sort of line up with the next midpoint, and it does. Beautiful. It's such a beautiful chart, man, Cardano. The price action relative to support and resistance is just absolutely beautiful on Cardano. It's just so easy to play. Okay, so, and also notice that $1.15 region, right? We were talking about that. I kept telling you guys how that is going to be a critical region. And just look at how price, as soon as we broke resistance, 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 got underneath the Tenkin as well as that 10 SMA, we had a little fake out here, only for price to close under, okay? And then we saw continuation to the downside. All right, and this is what I mean. Like, you'll find these major regions and pay attention to those regions of resistance or support depending on what side of the trade you are on. Alrighty, and also it's a good thing to have your invalidation points on place, and usually how I play it, I look at a key region. Now in my previous trade on Cardano, it was $1.15, and I base my invalidation point on that. Alrighty, so as things stand right now, $1.01 is still going to be critical. Closing candles underneath this on the daily, I will be expecting continuation all the way down to the Kijun, which also lines up with the midpoint coming in at 88 cents. We start taking out 88 cents, then hey, I think the next point is only going to come in at 78 cents. Alrighty, it's going to be an if this then that. If we break $1.01, Kijun, at 88 cents. If we start breaking the Kijun to the downside, then I'm saying that we're likely going to get down to 78 cents. Okay, but now let's go ahead and employ some sort of multi time frame analysis here. I'm going to go ahead and mark a line segment right around here, make that a pink. So for those of you who've been catching my Cardano videos, you guys know that while looking at ranges, okay, so now the ranges, the true range on my chart is marked by these white horizontal lines. Okay, that is the true range. The pink line segments that you see marks the midpoint. Okay, and I'm noticing that price, because we're in a bull market, because these markets are trending, okay, I'm noticing that every time price has to put in any sort of high or low, they usually end up stopping at the midpoint only to take a turn on that. But now let's go ahead and talk about bullish continuation for Cardano, right? What am I going to be looking at in order for me to anticipate a push to the upside? Okay, now as you can see, price relative to its regions of resistance on the daily time frame, we are currently being held down by all the major regions. Okay, cloud as well as EMAs and MAs. In fact, our first tip-off was here on March 4th when we lost that 10 SMA to the downside. All right, we lost it. We tried to take it back again, but we were met with resistance, and we have been holding that 10 SMA as resistance ever since. Okay, in fact, we had a little squeeze situation here where it was the 10, price was between the 10 as well as that 21. And as soon as we lost that 21, same thing here as well. Now we're holding the 21 and the 10 as resistance. So at the very least, what I will be looking for, okay, is for price to take out the 10, okay, which is the red line, the 21 EMA, alrighty, as well as this $1.15 region that I have been harping on about as the critical region for Cardano. Okay, I want to see confirmation. So here we had a little mini fake out. As you can see, we actually closed over $1.15 only to lose it on the next candle. And what do we see after that? We lost it on the next candle and then immediate continuation to the downside, getting all the way down to $1.01. Right? So at the very least, I want to see price live over $1.15, at which point, okay, the 10 SMA and 21 EMA will also likely turn into support. All right, so we want to see resistance turn into support for Cardano. And at that point, I think we're likely going to end up seeing continuation, at the very least coming up here to test these highs. As soon as we start breaking these highs here, then I'm saying, hey, let's go Cardano. The next one is going to come in at $1.48, going all the way up to $1.66. Okay, but guys, it's going to be an if this, then that. It really depends on how we react off of our immediate regions of support and resistance. Okay, we start losing $1.01 to the downside, then I'm saying, hey, likely going to see more downside. If we start taking out $1.15 to the upside, then hey, more upside. Okay, now let's get on over to the 4-hour because I want to see what we're going to be doing leading up to the rest of the day. And does $1.01 have any relevance on the 4-hour time frame? Could it potentially tip us off on, hey, bearish continuation to the downside, right? And damn, this is the power, guys. This is the power. I'm going to clear out my chart. Apologies for my drawings, but the main thing on this 4-hour time frame is once again $1.01. We're on the 4-hour time frame. I took this right out of the weekly time frame, and just look at this. Okay, look at how price reacted here. We took out $1.01 continuation. Okay, took out $1.01 to the downside, continuation to the downside. We actually got a wick all the way down to the midpoint right here. In fact, even lower. Okay, the midpoint came in at 89 cents. Okay, took back the $1.01 region, made our way all the way up to the next midpoint to $1.15. Okay, took it out. You guys get the picture, right? It ranges very, very well. And in fact, on the 4-hour time frame, it's been giving people ample opportunity to actually get into quick range trades. Okay, because these are actually pretty decent ranges to be had. Now, for those of you who are who do have experience with the charts and actually taking these quick trades, now this is a good 11%. That was a good 11% to the downside. To the upside, this was a very good 13%. If you're willing to just take take the money off the table and not get greedy with the moves, these are very, very profitable trades to be had. Okay, now as you can see here, $1.01, once again, we took it out here, okay, to the next midpoint, came back down, but we got supported this time around, took out $1.15, and made our way to the upside. So yes, this $1.01 region does have relevance here as well. As soon as we start seeing confirmation candle closes underneath $1.01 on the 4-hour time frame, I will be looking for continuation to the downside. Okay, let's also go ahead and put on our Ichimoku cloud, see if we have anything. No, wow. The cloud is red. Okay, so that is something to note. We have a bearish TK cross between the Kijun as well as that Tenkin. Let's also go ahead and put on our 10 SMA. Allow me to just clear out these really nasty lines. Apologies for the mess. Holy moly. Okay, there it is. Okay, so as things stand right now, we're being held down by all our major regions of resistance as far as the cloud and our EMAs are concerned. All right, as soon as we start losing $1.01 to the downside, I'm looking for candle body closes. I will be looking for a continuation to, at the very least, the midpoint right here. Okay, it's going to be between 89 cents and around that 94 cent region. Okay, but yeah, keep an eye out on that, because for those of you actually looking to build a position on Cardano, this may tip you off on you actually getting better buy-ins. Okay, so just a heads up. Sometimes it pays to just sit on the sidelines and just wait. Have patience. It pays to have patience. Okay, so what I will be looking for on Cardano to really expect a reversal of sorts, I'm first going to start off with those lower time frames. Okay, I want to see this downtrend change on the lower time frames, and only then will I be looking for cascading effects onto those higher time frames. Okay, until and unless we see that, I will not be jumping into any Cardano trades just yet. All right, I'm looking for strength on this chart, and I will be looking at the lower time frames to give me signals of strength. Alrighty, as far as pattern plays are concerned, I know someone was looking at a falling wedge of sorts, but I'm not seeing it, I'll be honest with you. Once it sort of matures a little more, then possibly I could bring it to your attention with a little more confidence, but so far I'm not seeing it. However, if you are seeing something on the chart, a pattern that I potentially am missing, then mention in the comment section below, and I'd love to take a look at that. Okay, so this is Cardano USDT on the 4-hour time frame. Let's also get on over to Cardano BTC to wrap this one up. I will only be looking at this on those higher time frames. Okay, gonna clear out, my chart is already clear technically. Gonna bring this into focus. And nice. Okay, so guys, this is the weekly time frame for Cardano. Okay, I'm gonna zoom into this price action right here. Now, actually, yeah, this is better. Okay, so for my last couple of analysis with you guys on Cardano, I brought up this beautiful cup and handle, right? We broke out of it. I believe we have met the measured move, if I'm not wrong. Let's go ahead and just double check on that. And boom, to the T, guys, to the T. We met the measured move. In fact, that measured move lined up with a point of resistance, major point of weekly resistance on Cardano BTC. Okay, and then we saw this immediate sell-off. This is when Bitcoin, I believe, took a run. And I mean, so far this picture is looking decent. And this is another point that it brought up, right? Because of the volatility, that Cardano actually saw to the upside, it gives it a lot of buffer to actually play with the downside as well, without losing structure. Okay, and that's essentially what we're seeing here. Okay, so yes, it's had this crazy sell-off to the downside, and what is this? This was a good 44%. Okay, 40% to the downside, right? However, it has not lost its bullish structure. For Cardano BTC to lose its bullish structure, it has to lose this wick low right here. Okay, this only comes in at 1,387. Losing this wick low right here breaks the structure. Okay, from where price is at right now to that point of support, that's another 27% to the downside, and that's how much room Cardano still has to play with in order for it to break that macro structure. Okay, but so far it's looking decent. I like the way the weekly closed. Okay, the weekly actually got defended on its major region of weekly support at 1,783 sats. So that is definitely something to note. And as you can see, we're actually getting picked up here. And this is actually another observation that I made on Cardano relative to Bitcoin. Okay, is that Bitcoin has seen this sell-off over the past 24 hours, but Cardano's sell-off hasn't been as intense. It's something worth noting. Okay. What I personally will be looking for, like I said, is for Cardano to show me signs of revival on its USD chart. in order for me to anticipate the next push. And I feel like if Cardano does that, okay, and if we see those cascading bullish effects onto the higher timeframes, I will also be looking for Cardano BTC to start running to the upside as well. Alrighty. Now, I think it's a fair picture, okay? Cardano is on support. It's on weekly support on its USD chart as well as its Bitcoin chart. USD, the major level that you guys need to keep your eyes peeled on is $1.01. On Cardano BTC, the major region of support is going to be 1,788. But the key idea for Cardano, okay, is on the macro, and the macro is saying that the structure is still intact. That bullish structure is not lost. Alrighty, now with this, guys, trade safely, trade stress-free, trade the mango way, trade the easy way. Ciao, guys.